Palantir is on the verge of a breakthrough. We've just had too much good news recently. People are excited and are keeping an eye on it. But there's something crazy that you should know. Analysts are also giving signals that Palantir will reach $100 soon, and this might happen before the year ends. But this is definitely not crazier than CEO Alex Karp's honest confession recently in an interview, which sparked a lot of hype in the community. Are the stars aligning for Palantir? Or is this something else? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Exciting times for Palantir fans. The buzz on the internet is electric, with speculation that Palantir might be setting itself up to hit that $100 mark soon. Over on Twitter, the hype is real. People are dreaming about Palantir hitting $100 by Christmas, calling it the ultimate holiday gift for every proud Palantard out there. It's safe to say the optimism is off the charts. Adding to the excitement, another analyst on Twitter stirred up the conversation even more by posting a poll asking if Palantir would hit $100 before the year wraps up. And guess what? The majority voted yes. This kind of optimism creates a ripple effect. It builds momentum, boosts confidence among investors, and keeps the buzz alive. When people believe in a big move like this, it can fuel even more interest and activity around the stock. It's like the hype train is picking up speed, and everyone's jumping on board. However, all this excitement still remains to be seen, because today is shaping up to be a huge day for Palantir. It's the first market session since Palantir's inclusion in the Nasdaq 100 and some wild developments over the weekend. Naturally, all eyes are on Palantir, as its shares take the spotlight this Monday, especially after Nasdaq's announcement late Friday about adding the company to the prestigious index. The stock has been on fire lately, climbing higher after breaking out from a classic pattern. This all means one thing: there's going to be a ton of attention on Palantir today. With trading activity expected to heat up, this session could be a big deal in shaping where the stock goes next. Will it pump and ride the wave of excitement? Or will it take a dip as some of those overbought signals come into play? That's the big question. Either way, today's action will be key in setting the tone for what's next for Palantir. This has sent the Palantir community into a frenzy. The excitement is through the roof, and it just goes to show how dedicated the community is and how far Palantir's influence really stretches. But what's even crazier? Palantir's customer growth is absolutely skyrocketing. One guy on Twitter even posted a graph showing their quarterly customer growth, and it's insane to look at. Honestly, seeing that kind of rapid growth is pretty rare. It's the kind of thing that gets people talking and keeps the hype alive. On top of that, another tweet really caught attention, where this guy pointed out something mind-blowing. Palantir had less than 500 commercial customers by the end of last quarter. Now, just think about that for a moment. They've barely scratched the surface, and yet they're already on this insane growth trajectory. He then raised an interesting question. Right now, Palantir might seem a bit pricey based on current numbers, but when you look at the massive potential in the market over the next decade, is it still expensive? The big question is how long this growth runway is. With the rise of AI, companies that can provide the best software will be key players in the economy. This guy says there's no evidence that Palantir isn't the best at what they do, and that's exactly why they're now the largest defense contractor. It's pretty clear that Palantir is positioning itself as a major force in the future. The support for Palantir is absolutely insane right now, and the hype just keeps growing. It really shows how much of a gem Palantir is in today's AI-driven market. An analyst on Twitter summed it up perfectly, saying that Palantir is unique because it's the only company building AI software that actually works. These aren't just flashy AI tools. They're real AI agents that can transform how a business operates. Think about that for a second. It's one thing to make AI software, but Palantir is creating tools that actually deliver real-world results, making them stand out from the crowd in a big way. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Palantir's CEO, Alex Karp, also weighed in during an interview, saying that they're just getting started and there's a lot of big things ahead. He called this the beginning of a revolution. And not just any revolution. He said America is at the very start of an AI revolution, one that they're leading. When you hear that, it really makes you think. With everything happening in the world right now, from the rapid rise of AI to the increasing need for powerful software, Palantir seems to be perfectly positioned at the forefront of it all. They're not just along for the ride, they're driving the change. With the way things are moving, it feels like this is just the beginning of something huge for both Palantir and the AI industry as a whole. The hype around Palantir just keeps building. And it's even pushing top investors to recommend that people hold on tight to their Palantir shares. Why? Well, Palantir stock has exploded by an incredible 343% in 2024, sending its valuation to some pretty high levels from almost every angle. Right now, the stock is trading at 49 times its expected revenues, which might make some people question if it's getting a bit too high-flying. After all, when a stock rises this fast, it can sometimes feel like it's getting too close to the sun. But here's the thing. Palantir bulls, like top investor Gary Alexander, argue that the company's growth is so unique and unpredictable that traditional ways of valuing it might not apply. Alexander believes Palantir is playing by its own rules, ones that don't fit the usual corporate mold. He pointed out that the company's growth has been consistently surprising, often going above and beyond expectations. Even though the stock's high valuation might seem risky, he believes short-term numbers don't capture the bigger picture of what Palantir can do in the long run. Alexander also sees plenty of runway ahead for Palantir. There's a huge opportunity for growth, especially in U.S. government contracts where defense spending is likely to rise. In fact, he believes that a Trump presidency could actually benefit Palantir's America First approach, strengthening its ties with U.S. defense entities and opening the door to big government deals. On the commercial side, Alexander sees plenty of opportunities for Palantir to expand its customer base, adding even more fuel to its growth fire. This is huge because it shows that Palantir's growth potential isn't just about the numbers right now. It's about the opportunities ahead, both in the government sector and with expanding its commercial reach. Despite all the bullish excitement, it's important to stay cautious. And one Twitter analyst really put it into perspective. He said he's honestly worried for today's investors, especially those who think things are just going to keep going up without any dips. He's a bull on Palantir too, but he's warning that a big dip is coming, and it's something to be prepared for. He shared his own experience of selling some shares in the $70 range after seeing a huge 250% gain in less than 9 months, even though his original average was much lower. He pointed out that Palantir's current valuation is double what it should be, and some people don't seem to understand why he's being cautious, even though he's been in the game. His plan? He's ready to buy back when there's a 35 to 45% dip because he's sure it's coming. His message is clear. Nothing runs forever, especially not a stock that's already had a massive run-up. The saddest part, he says, is that a lot of people will panic and sell when it falls to $40 to $50, missing out on the chance to buy again. This is really important for Palantir's current state. Yes, the stock has seen huge growth, but we've also reached a point where the valuation is extremely high, and investors need to be smart about what's coming next. It's not all about riding the hype. It's about knowing when to hold, when to be cautious, and when to jump in again at the right price. Keeping a cool head and being prepared for the ups and downs is key. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money. So, don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.